What's up, cinema lovers, and welcome to another episode of Too High Cinema. I'm your host, SHRIM, and here on Too High Cinema, you know I like to give my opinion on some of the most popular pieces of cinema in the world. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a run-through and review of Rick and Morty, Season 2, Episode 1, A Wrinkle in Time. Now let's get into it. On that note, don't forget to check out our merch options provided by KLB Supply at klbsupply.com. Follow Too High Cinema and KLB Supply on Twitter and Instagram at Too High Cinema, at Too High Club, and KLB Supply. Now let's get back into it. 6 months after Rick sees business, Rick decides to unfreeze time. He warns Morty and Summer that their chronological time could initially be unstable. Rick encourages Beth and Jerry to go out for ice cream to allow them to stabilize. Morty and Summer argue, and the resulting uncertainty tears time apart into two realities, depicting visually as two mostly synchronized parallel realities. They are no longer a part of any timeline, and the garage is surrounded by a black void filled with Schrodinger's cats. Rick uses a time crystal to try to mend the timelines together, but Morty and Summer's continued uncertainty prevents the fusion from working. Rick's own uncertainty that his other self is conspiring against him results in chaos, splitting the realities into four. A fourth dimensional being with a testicle for a head appears and scolds Rick. He gives Rick, Morty, and Summer time-stabilizing collars that restore order by fusing the timelines into a single one. However, since Rick obtained the time crystal by illegal means, the being tells them that they will go to time prison for eternity. Rick instructs Morty and Summer to break off their collars, but the resulting chain of uncertainty further splits their realities into dozens of different realities. After defeating the testicle monster, Rick notes that time is falling apart. Summer's collar transports her back to her time, but one of the Morty's collars is broken. With the garage falling away piece by piece, the Morty with the broken collar falls into the spaceless void, and Rick jumps after him. But Morty dropped his collar, so Rick gives Morty his collar and accepts death, but quickly changes his mind as he spots Morty's collar floating below him. He hurriedly fixes it, and all three are united in their own time. Meanwhile, after getting ice cream, Beth and Jerry hit a deer with their car. As an animal surgeon, Beth attempts to help the deer at a veterinary hospital, but notices a gunshot wound in its side. A hunter appears and claims the deer as his, calling a lawyer to guarantee his ownership. While Beth ignores this and attempts to save the deer, Jerry comes to the rescue by bringing members of a wildlife institute who can transport the deer to the best doctors and outside the jurisdiction of the hunter's claim. Back in the woods, Jerry reveals the men are not doctors but rather employees at the ice cream parlor. Beth continues her operation and saves the deer, who returns to the woods. After the credits, an additional scene shows the testicle monster receiving reinforcements. They mistake Albert Einstein for Rick and proceed to beat him up and warn him not to mess with time. This inspires Einstein to formulate the theory of relativity to spite them. So now reviews. So my likes. Yo, they really start this season from last season. Like they really started like 6 months after, and it was basically just they had time frozen that entire time. Wow. Like, there's not that many shows that actually do that. They'll go the next season and it'll literally start from the the last scene from, wow, I loved it. And in perfect Jerry fashion, he didn't even realize something was wrong with his shirt being on backwards. Of course, the one thing he messed up on, he didn't even notice it and didn't even recognize it as a problem. It's Jerry. Red Grin Grumble, you really are your father's children. Think for yourself, don't be sheep. True words, Rick. True words. I had a feeling, right when he said Red Grin Grumble, I was like, that sounds like another one of them made up freaking words they make up on his show. And then they started laughing. I was like, he gonna catch him. That was made up. Even that one, even though most of the words sound made up in the show, that one sound made up to be made up for the show. Come on. But Rick and Summer, no, not Rick and Summer. Morty and Summer. They pushed each other out of the time. Like, that's all it was they didn't think that, okay, they couldn't touch each other's family members or other people, but they thought it was okay for them to push each other though. Like, that wasn't going to have any kind of effect on the whole time displacement thing or whatever the hell was going on. My favorite line, we are exactly like a man capable of sustaining a platonic friendship with an attractive female coworker. We're entirely hypothetical. Love that. Yo, that was hilarious. It took so long for the damn joke to come out, and then when it came out, it was just perfect at the yo, we're entirely hypothetical. Yo, I was crying. Yo, really. Perfection. We get introduced to the testicle head time cop. Like, that's another character we get. Like, I really thought that after a while they were gonna run out of like weird ideas to create characters, but no. They're just doing random shit. I promise you, they're just doing random shit. Like, they just throw in ideas, first part, second part, and they don't even have to match. They don't have to match. That's the point. That's what makes it fun. I get it. All right. The other line was Beth's line. As a vet, I am sure you know that a deer is closer to a horse than you are to a doctor. So let's save the measuring for when our dicks arrive in time to save a life. Wow. Yo. That was just... Damn, Beth is her father. Yo, Beth is her father's child. Don't nobody sleep on Beth. Beth is Rick. Yo, that is Rick. If Rick didn't have the access to all the resources or wasn't in whatever issue that she has in her life that's stopping her from becoming Rick, because she got issues. She got issues that just are on almost as much on par as Rick's. But I'm thinking if she got over whatever issues, but besides the fact that Apollo left her and shit like that, yeah. If she gets over that or finds some healing through that, I'm guessing that's why Space Beth, we're not gonna talk about that. That's later on. Alright, but my surprise though, Jerry actually came through in the end for Beth. First time for everything. Like, that really surprised me. I was like, okay. And I'll take that. Like, I'm usually there for any time Jerry wants to cry. I'm ready to laugh when that happens. But this was a good one. That was cool. Good show. Good episode. So now the grading. So now for comedy, I'm going to give it dank. Drama, dank. Action, dank. Horror, dank. Thank you again, cinema lovers, for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and place the notifications bell on all if you want to see more content from us. Comment below to suggest any content. Follow us at KLB Supply, at Too High Cinema, and at Too High Club on all social media platforms for updates. And for now, smoke you later.